Are you about to watch this video and you're not liked and subscribed to it? Like the video, please. Just go down. It's right there. It's right there.
I did. I hit it. Have you hit it?
Welcome back to Starting Nine.
Let's go.
Episode 286. It is the last episode that we will record before the World Series, Dallas. And as we were just discussing with Dr. Claw before we hit the record button, we've only covered Astros ALCSs. We've been doing this since 2017. Mm-hmm. It's our fifth postseason together, and we've never covered an ALCS that was Astros-less.
Yeah, it's and when I'm telling you, as soon as we started talking about that, it took me back to the take I had last time we recorded, which was about the home field advantage for the Houston Astros and how, because a lot has been talked about with Fenway, and it's nothing that you're not aware of, nothing that I'm not aware of, but maybe people don't really truly understand and appreciate a fan base's presence and the kind of impact it can have on the game and on its players. So when we think about the Astros and the ALCS run that they've been on 5 straight years, you find out, I don't want to say how they got there, but you find out that there was some help along the way at some point in time. And now just going back there and playing there and pitching there and hearing those fans who, for better or worse, have been like, yeah, whatever, they cheated, who fucking cares? Go Astros, let's go. Like, they're getting that love on top of the psyche that's affected when you go out there. Like I said, you start to give up a run or two or a knock or two, and it's not like you're giving up that run or that knock in Detroit or in Tampa. No, you're in Houston, and you know what has happened in Houston, and could it be happening? Like that's what I mean by the home field advantage thing. So to think about the incredible run they've been on, it takes great players to be able to do this, to be able to dominate your division and dominate your way all the way to this stage or beyond.
It's big of you to say that, Dallas.
I mean, it's reality.
It is reality. It is reality. Just sitting there watching that every single year. But again, I go back to 2019 where the Nats had to go back to Houston. They needed to win too. They did. They did, didn't they, Dallas?
Well, that
can be done.
No, what was that? Was that 19 or 2019 when no team won a home game?
Correct. Yeah.
No team won a fucking home game. Every game was won on the road.
Yeah. That was weird. That was a weird series. It was fun though. 19 was a fun year. I enjoyed 19 a lot. But tonight we have game 6 of the American League Championship Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros.
Where are you at mentally? Here?
I feel good. Yeah. I'm not, I definitely don't have the mentality of, we're getting taken to, like, they're taking us out back to put us down now. Like,
you're not getting tied up to the tree.
No, I don't think it's,
are you sure?
It's definitely not one of those where it's like, all right, just get it over with. Just like in The Sopranos when it's like, yeah, just not in the face, give me that.
Where do you want it?
Yeah. I don't feel like that.
Are you 100% convicted in that take?
I'm like 98%. Yeah. I mean, there's always especially on the road in the postseason, and Nate's already started a postseason game plus the bullpen appearance. Like they've seen him now. So there's that element of it. But
and I was giving you shit. I was giving you shit about this. Like, we all know that throwing your quote unquote bullpen in a postseason atmosphere is just like throwing a 20-pitch bullpen on the side, no batter.
Yeah, no,
that's not the case. Like, am I wrong in saying the last dude I wanted to see in that ball game was Nate Eovaldi? Am I wrong in saying that?
No, you are wrong because he did his job. He got the outs.
There's a difference between
not cooperate.
There's a difference between him getting the job done, which is great. This is what we've come to know and love about the dude, right? Like I jokingly said, when Pivetta was slicing and dicing over that 4-inning stint that he went, like, hey, if you're Eovaldi's looking at him going, that was roughly a $42.5 million outing. Congratulations. Because Nate has done that. You're absolutely right. He's answered the bell every time it's rang, and for better or worse, he's given you everything he's gotten, right? And you can't ask for anything more, especially during this time. That's one thing. The desire to have him in that game and the desire to avoid using him, that's a very different thing. And that's why I asked, am I wrong for looking at that saying, if things can go the way we'd like them to, Nate Eovaldi is not a part of this equation. But because we are in the spot we're in, if I've got to use Eovaldi, he's shown that he can do it. And I guess we're okay with that, all things considered. Do you see what I'm saying? Those are different.
Yeah, I don't think that there was a better option at the time because Garrett Whitlock had already entered the game, gave up a game-tying home run to Jose Altuve. So that's kind of where everything unraveled too, was the Garrett Whitlock homer by Jose Altuve to tie it 2-2 at the time. I mean, at the time, all the scoring had been done in the first inning.
Oh, and can I just say something? Do you remember me talking about Jose Altuve? Do you remember me telling you guys to watch Jose Altuve's front foot? You remember me telling you that?
Yeah.
And odd. What did they do a breakdown on? Jose Altuve.
Fox?
Huh?
I mean, I was at the games. I don't know what they did.
Oh yeah. So they did a breakdown of Jose Altuve's front foot and the shifting and the positioning of where he's at. And like when that happened, I fucking sat back and I was like, I mean, this fucking dude, like if you just watch the videos, if you do your homework, this is what happens when you're married and you got 2 children. And the only time you have to yourself is at 2:30 in the morning, stoned, looking at baseball numbers, looking at videos, looking at shit like this. That's like Altuve is that fucking weapon, man. Right there at the top, the threat.
Well, he's knocking on the door of DJ. And he's knocking on the door of Bernie. He's an all-time postseason performer, Dallas.
How many does he have? 21? 21 homers?
Like yeah, he's close.
21, 22. I know this is just really getting your day going, talking about how great the Houston Astros have been.
I don't care. I know that they're a good team. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, it's game 6. They have the series lead. Should they? No. Red Sox should have won game 1, should have won game 4. I mean, realistically, they could have swept the series, and now they're trailing 3-2.
You got anything you want to get off your chest in regards to Laz Diaz?
The thing about Laz Diaz is that I always hear about how great of a guy he is. So it makes it so hard to just come down on how shitty he is at his job. But yeah, everyone's like, I mean, it sucks because super nice guy.
It's the Jim Joyce effect, like, you know?
Yeah. It's just he's not very good at his job, so it makes it difficult. But yeah, I mean, you can't fuck that call up. And I think he had missed, what was it, like 20 something calls all night. It was the lowest accuracy.
I think 21 calls.
Yeah, lowest accuracy rating of any umpire in the entire postseason, but you can't miss that call. It directly led to 7 runs being scored. If the Red Sox send that game into the bottom of the 9th, down or tied 2-2, I'd like to believe they would have found a way to win that ball game.
I mean, I can understand the feeling of being robbed, which is just kind of why I wanted to take the temperature of the room, just gauge your
I moved on the next day. I can't dwell on stuff like that. Like the next day, Bryn was like, "Do you want to do a video reaction to Laz Diaz?" And I was like, "No."
Oh, Laz just beat you into the ground. That's what happened.
No, it's just I can't I can't hold on to resentment for that long. Like the time for that would have been after the game, and I would have just freaked out. And then the next day, it's just, you got to turn the page. You cannot, especially when you're playing 3 home games in a row, bring the negative energy from Laz Diaz blowing that call in game 4 to the ballpark with you for game 5. Not that it made a difference, but I just won't do it.
Yeah, I don't know that it made a difference because Framber Valdez was
filthy,
delightful to watch.
Yeah, that was an all-time postseason performance, which I feel like that seems like I don't want to say it seems like a stretch of a take, but it kind of was. It was an all-time
What'd you say?
postseason performance.
An all-time? Well, when I think all-time, honestly, the first thing that comes to mind is you've finished the game. CG, like an all-time performance. If Dr. Claw's listening, Jack Morris, 10-inning piece. Like that's an all-time nuts dragging off the mound performance. This was like I said, I felt this was the start that both of these teams were looking for from their guy. And obviously Houston got it. 8 strong innings. 8 very necessary innings. When you consider what the bullpens have done and what the bullpens kind of look like for both these clubs right now, if you can squeeze every bit of juice out of that guy starting the game for you that you can get, you're going to try to get it. And Framber made the decision, frankly, very easy for Dusty to continue to let him roll out there. And what I saw was poise and confidence in his shit that he just said, you know what? I have the best ground ball rate in fucking baseball. I'm going to throw that. Here comes the sinker, you sons of bitches. And he dialed up double play after important double play. He got the swing and misses on the curveball when he needed to. And he just pounded the zone. And in a game and in a moment in time in the postseason where strikes are valuable, bat to ball contact is as prioritized as anything right now, because you want to try to put the ball in play. You're not looking for the swing and miss, productive outs, all of that. And Framber just put him in handcuffs.
Yeah. I mean, he was perfect through like 4 or whatever. I think at one point I looked up, there's 10 ground ball outs to 0 fly ball outs. The hardest hit ball was the Verdugo foul down the left field line.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he dominated. And then I was watching JD's post-game press conference where he was talking about Framber, and he said, I went back and looked at all of my at-bats, and he didn't give me a single pitch to do anything with, not one in all of my at-bats. So that's, I feel like over here taking the temperature of the Red Sox side of things, everyone's blaming the offense, and Hunter Renfroe grounds into 2 double plays. And I feel like those are magnified because of how poorly he's performed over the whole postseason.
Yeah, that's just a speck though. In that's not the offense. That's what happens. That was a prime example to your point of it. Kind of in your mind being an all-time outing. That's just what happens when we say good pitching beats good hitting. That right there is an idyllic example. What happened? You've got a lineup that is raking. And they just ran into a buzzsaw. When you combine his ability to execute with his stuff, he rendered that Red Sox lineup a complete non-factor. I don't even know why they brought bats up there. That's kind of what it looked like. And that's what happens when a guy with his shit goes out there and executes. But on the flip side of that, you make one mistake, especially to a dude like JD, on 1 foot or not, he's going to fucking bang you.
Yeah.
And that's why the Valdez outing was I'm as pivotal as could be for the Astros. You win that, like I said before, you pack those boys up and take them back to H-Town. That's fucking trouble.
Yeah. I think they needed that off day to reset, though. I'm not like I said, I'm not going into game 6 feeling like, oh man, just not in the face. I don't feel that way.
I did see you questioning attacking Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
And I want to know if you have any thoughts on why.
Yeah. So the at bat to Yordan Alvarez, he was already 2 for 2, had the homer and a double.
So this isn't the leadoff homer. It's not the double either.
No. The homer and double already happened. He's 2 for 2. You have his third AB. Runner at second and third. Sale's still on the mound. And I believe this is the 6th inning. And they decide to pitch to him. Okay. So you like the lefty-lefty matchup. There's no way he can get 3 hits. And I don't know if you saw the statistic, but I believe at the time, only 3 left-handed hitters ever had a 3-hit game against Chris Sale.
Yeah, last dude was fucking Poppy.
Correct. David Ortiz in 2015. So once they decided to pitch to him, I was less upset about the decision to pitch to Jordan and more upset at the approach, because I think he saw 16 fastballs and 2 sliders. And of the fastballs that he hit, much rather smoked, they were all in the same location. So it's like, what are we doing here? If you're going to pitch to this guy, mix in a little wrinkle here, throw him the slider. I mean, you know, he kind of has like a show me changeup. He's virtually a 2-pitch pitcher, which I don't love, but yeah, they kept coming at him with the heater in the same spot, and Jordan just kept turning that shit around.
Well, that's where you got to tip your cap to Jordan, because that's the first time in this dude's career he's had 3 hits to the left side in the same game.
Good for him.
That's just not something he's done.
No.
So when I talk about these at bats meaning something more than they do in May and June, that right there is an indication. You've got a dude who there's not a ballpark on earth that can hold him, Jordan Alvarez. You got a dude who loves and can absolutely punish the ball pull side. But you're going to give him pitches that are strikes, that are hittable, instead of trying to do something different or trying to do something that maybe he shouldn't with a pitch that's a strike that he knows he has to offer at. Wow, what a fucking thought, hits the ball where it's pitched 3 separate times. Homer, double, knock. Thanks for coming, lefty.
Yeah. Hated
the dude's location. A fucking weapon. Absolute weapon.
Yeah, of course. Of course. And the whole thing is less about the decision to pitch to him. You know the historical numbers in terms of Chris Sale's side of it historically. And I didn't know that about Jordan, but his side of it historically, the odds were not in Jordan Alvarez's favor.
Hold on. Whoa. We talking about a lefty, Jordan? We're talking about a lefty who's featuring an 881 OPS, Jared. 13 of the 34 homers that Jordan Alvarez hit this year came against left-handers. He is not. But
the odds were still not in his favor to get a 3rd hit off of Chris Sale. It's just
facing him for the 3rd time, seeing the same pitch for the 3rd time.
It had been 6 years since that happened. 6 years.
See, that's where, look, that right there. And I'm not getting on you when I say this, because I understand that is absolutely a number and a body of work and a timeline that supports what you're saying. But what do I always talk about? Show me what you're doing right now, the last week, the last 2 weeks, especially right now in this season. If I'm thinking about a matchup between Jordan Alvarez and Chris Sale, and I'm factoring in 5-6 years ago, that's great, because there's some value to that information. But I need to know what's happening right now. And to Alex Cora's point, he says, that's Chris Sale out there. That's 97 with a filthy slide piece from the left side, basically coming out of right field against a lefty. So I like my odds here. If I'm trying to get their or one of their best lefties, either him or Brantley, out, Tucker, another one, I like the guy who throws 97 from the left with a wipeout slide piece. That's where Cora's coming from. To your point, didn't get that wipeout slide piece in time, right? Wasn't able to get to it because Jordan ambushed his ass twice. Heater, bang, heater, bang. So what's happening right now? Well, you've thrown him 2 fastballs away and he's fucking torched you. Maybe, to your point, the pitch selection, but the idea of who you're going to be running out there, like who would you replace Chris Sale with to go get Jordan Alvarez? That's why the answer that I tell guys, young guys in the minor leagues, what happens when that what we used to call a Texas League inning or a Cal League inning or a PCL inning, like you throw 4 pitches, you've given up 2 knocks, one's a homer, it's 3-0, there's a guy on first. What the fuck just happened? Mm-hmm. What just happened? What do you got to, you got to slow it down, step back. And that just wasn't able to happen.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about the Red Sox bullpen, though, is that they've got 3 lefty options out there, and only one of them is worthy enough of getting the call for an at-bat like that.
So there you go. And every time you leave the guy in there, the message that you're sending, like I said, what I tell those kids is, you're still the best guy for this job right now. You've got the ball in your hand. That's all that means, is you're the best dude for this job. It's not because he's not ready down there. It's not because there's a different reason. The only reason you're in this game right now is because your shit is better than that guy at the plates. Go fucking get him. That's the confidence and the mindset that you have to have. Even like I said, the score is fucking 4-0. You've thrown 10 pitches and you're going, what, how did we get here?
Yeah.
How did we, well, you're still the guy. Let's go.
Yeah. So from your perspective, how do you feel going into game 6?
I meant it, man. I was beating the Red Sox drum, but I just didn't want to see this thing get back to Houston. I just did not want to see it get back there, especially now with them one away. Like, fuck. I don't like that. And like I told you earlier when I was giving you shit, I don't like the idea that Eovaldi, as great as he's been in just the posting, like, you need outs, I'll go get him. As great as that's been, I would have much rather him not gotten that work in a baseball game, but I understand why. One thing I'll say is the offenses have not disappointed me, or the pocketbook. The over. Holler at your boy and holler at everybody who's come along for the ride. You're fucking welcome. But Jared, I don't know that Game 7 tickets are going to be used, and I know that breaks your heart.
No,
I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be reality.
It doesn't break my heart because I don't believe that to be true.
Okay, and it's the power of positive thinking that gets us through.
You think that that's an outlandish take that we're playing a Game 7?
No, I mean, we're one game away from a Game 7, and look at the way that these games have gone.
Very back and forth series.
Yeah, we had one game where his sons of bitches hit 2 grand slams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Like, the offense will, like, I'm serious, man. You can, last night, all right, our oldest daughter, she got a little sniffle, little cough. She hasn't been feeling well. So we got this like breathing machine, like fucking snorkel, you hook her up to or whatever. She was doing that last night. Score was 3-2. I went in, laid her down. I laid down with her for a little bit, woke up, and I woke up to the crowd losing their shit because Chris Taylor had just hit another homer. And I'm like, what the fuck? What time is it? What just happened? It was like, boom, like that. Scores completely different ball game. That shit can happen.
It can happen. And it has happened in this series. So we'll see what happens tonight. Nathan Eovaldi, Luis Garcia. Yeah, I think tonight's going to be a real motherfucker. I think it's going to be a real uncomfortable game. I don't think that there's going to be a second of just comfort, breathability. Like the game with the 2 grand slams, that was great. I mean, like it got a little tight at the end there. Houston hit a couple homers off of Darwin's and Hernandez, who never would have been in the game otherwise. But yeah, like that game, you could breathe a little bit. Tonight and tomorrow, I don't expect there to be any breathing going on.
And you know what that means? Like, it means you could be that much closer to seeing Darwin Hernandez.
No,
Jared, because if that guy's not getting it done, he got to go. He's going to get 3 hitters. At least we know that. Maybe less if he's coming in after a couple out, the next. But if that guy can't get it done in those 3 outs or in those 3 hitters, and it's erratic, you think AC is just going to hang with him there and let him work it out? No. Nope. That ain't happening. Next man up. And if he gets 2 outs from a Darwin Hernandez and can roll him back out there to start another inning and get 1 and go out to out, that's going to fucking happen. I'm not saying Darwin's going to be the guy who's just moved up the ladder here. No. But in games like this, all hands on deck type scenarios, those guys are that much closer to entering in the ball game, whether it's a matchup or, just some food for thought.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Did you hunker down for a Game 6?
Yeah. I'm not worried about this shit. I'm worried about Game 7. I ain't worried about no Game 6.
You take care of your chickens, Jared. Take care of your chickens.
Yeah. be having some teaser action going on during Game 6, though. I can tell you that right now.
You get your PCL, your PSL teaser pouches?
Yeah, I did. I actually got 2 packs of those.
And
they are, you know what? I'll use the word a delight.
They are a delight. It was a treat that I did not expect.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely transparent here, I was like,
next level thinking. It really is.
I was like, really? I don't know. I mean, I'm a big fan of alternative pouches, as listeners know. Big fan. I think they can do wonders for you, wonders for the body as well. But what Tisa has done is really they've outdone themselves, especially when you're after more focus and energy to perform your best. Really, anywhere on the diamond, in the office, in the bedroom, doesn't matter. But you need Tisa performance energy pouches packed with powerful herbs and vitamins to help you do just that. And some of the highlights, as we've talked about before: no tobacco, no nicotine, no calories. You're not spitting no mess, right? Fresh breath, cuts the cravings for snacks, any of that other oral tobacco you might be using, ciggies, nape, no heaters, no lung darts, bada thing. Sodas, mints, gum, all that by the wayside. Why? Well, because now they've just introduced a new limited edition flavor for all you basic bitches out there, and I am one of them. Proud to be a PSLer. Pumpkin spice latte till I die. Well, this week you can get 30% off. That's right, 30% off. So make sure to opt in for tech updates and promos and new offers. But right now, you get the limited edition pumpkin spice for 30% off using discount code PSPICE30. That's the letter P, spice 30. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Get that basic in your life.
You ever do a PSL teaser with a PSL?
Well, Jared, you see what I got in my hand right now?
Of course you do.
Hold on.
You won't do it.
You thought I was bullshitting.
Oh.
You thought I was bullshitting. I'll fucking load it up.
Do it.
I will fucking load it up right now.
A PSL
Coffee
teaser with his PSL.
Here we go. Fucking upper lipper rally dipper, baby.
This is like when I went to Montreal with all my friends for a bachelor party, and they made fun of me for days because I got a steak with a baked potato and mashed potatoes. And they were like, it's just all potatoes, dude. Like, just get one or the other. And I was like, mashed potatoes are like, I understand what you're saying, but mashed potatoes are different than a baked potato. Like, it's just a completely different experience.
Completely different preparation.
Yeah. Like, I get that in the end, it is all just a potato, but the experience is very much different of eating a baked potato or having mashed potatoes. So
when I was young and uncultured, Jared, I was a big baked potato French fry guy.
Yeah. See,
because I would take my French fries, dip them in the sour cream.
Yeah. I love, out of all the ways that you can have a potato, I think baked potato is probably my favorite. It seems like the classiest.
Dude, the baked potato, let me tell you this. I had a genius idea. It's genius. And the name of the place is Totally Baked. And it is a baked potato buffet, basically. Made to order, though. Like, you walk in, you want a taco baked potato, boom, baked potato with everything you would want on a taco in there. Meat, your salsa, your cheese, done. You want a steak and potato, like steak baked potato. What kind of meat you want? Prime rib, a little porterhouse, boom, chop that shit up, bam, right in your baked potato. Everything you want, baked potato, over 250 baked potato toppings and combinations at your leisure.
Yeah.
Totally baked.
You know what I love? Scallop potatoes.
I am, like the scalloped and the au gratin. Those are lower tier potato dishes for me.
No, scallop potatoes are great with like a chicken.
Like maybe a lemon crusted chicken breast, maybe.
Yeah. Can't just have like a standard chicken or like a Chipotle chicken. It's got to be like a creamy, lemony chicken.
What kind of life are you living where you're going to Chipotle and then coming home and opening up a box of au gratin potatoes and firing that up?
I mean, you think I'm making my meals? This is all Ellen.
Well, whoever is making, what the hell is Ellen doing? Where she's like, what's going to go great with that fucking banging Chipotle burrito? A box of au gratin potatoes.
No, that's not it. It'll be like a chicken breast with scalloped potatoes.
Yeah,
I would eat scalloped potatoes by the pan.
Yeah, we have potatoes virtually every night.
I bet you do.
Some form or fashion.
Yeah. Nice little starch.
Lobster mash. Oh, garlic and lobster mash. Fuck, stop it.
Yeah. Ellen's getting a little too comfortable at the Red Sox games, though.
She's
Every time we go there,
to make requests.
Like, well, because we'll go to dinner before the game, and then we'll just smash fucking lobster rolls. It's like, all right. It's like this is my first venture into fatherhood almost, where it's like, all right, you gotta that's what like the surprising your kids all about. It's like, yeah, like I'll give you something nice once in a while, but then you start to expect it every time, and it's like, geez, now.
Oh, hey, trust me, you're talking to a dude now who goes to Chick-fil-A 3 times a fucking week because we went to Chick-fil-A one day after school, and guess what we do every day after school now? We go to fucking Chick-fil-A. Standard, right? Pick me up, we go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah. I mean, I wish lobster rolls were as affordable as Chick-fil-A. It's not the case.
Come on. You got that
They're like
section
40
10.
fucking
You got
bucks.
them section 10 checks, cuz.
It's like you go in there, 3 lobster rolls later. All right, yeah, 120 bucks. Leave a nice little $50 tip, $170 for 3 lobster rolls. All right, yeah.
Fucking worth it.
It was worth it. They're so good. Yeah, they're really good. The Fenway Park lobster rolls up in State Street.
You know
the chef.
How many people would love to be able to pay their maid in lobster rolls?
She gets paid outside of that too.
Well,
now she gets $100 a pop. Every time she comes here and does laundry, she gets $100 fucking bucks.
See, Ellen's already moved. She is conveniently and very swiftly, I might add, moved into that age of where I'm just, and I'm not saying Ellen's old by any means. Stop that right now. That's not what I'm implying. What I'm saying is she has swiftly and conveniently weaseled her way into that. I'm old enough where I'll just act like I don't fucking know what you're talking about, but I'll just keep it moving too because I know what you're talking about, and we're not going to address that. Got it? Cool. Yeah. Lobster roll, please.
Well, she deserves it. She deserves it. After,
you're damn right.
I feel like all those years of my parents taking me to games, and I can now like pay it forward to them. I took my dad to game 5. I think they both went to game 4. So yeah, they've been getting a lot of play.
I want to do the speed pitch. I want a fucking Poppy jersey. I want a Poppy jersey. Jared, shut the fuck up. Get back to the car. I'm not going to have this conversation with you again. You want a lobster roll, you little fuck? You know how much those things cost? No fucking chance. Your Poppy jersey and shut the fuck up.
That's basically how she talks too. I got her a nice little hoodie. I got her one of the marathon hoodies from the division series. Got her one of those. So yeah, it's that's where I'm at now in my life. I'm the adult that spoils my parents like they're my kids.
You're just lobster rolls, hoodies, and foam fingers. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's how you pay it forward, Dallas.
Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, they both deserve it. But this is I don't want to say history repeating itself, but the trend is certainly there, is it not? In the National League Championship Series?
The down 3-1 for the Dodgers and the mounting of a comeback and the Atlanta sports curse starting to rear its tiny little ugly head again.
I mean,
was last night a statement game? Like, hey, hold the fuck on. All right. I know you guys have gotten some good outings. I know your guys' offense has started to bang a little. And I'll tell you this, it's pretty clear that Freddie Freeman's remembering who Freddie Freeman is. But with all that being said, the depth again for the Dodgers showing up. Chris Taylor, witness protection program coming into the postseason. Couldn't find him. Now, Chris Taylor and Reggie Jackson are hanging out. Not in the, 3-homer postseason club.
Albert.
Not 3 homers in the World Series.
Who's the other? Albert and fucking didn't Pablo do it?
Who? Pablo?
Did Pablo do it?
I don't think Pablo hit 3. Did he?
I don't know.
3 in 1 game? Man. You know what's great? Oh. Should the Atlanta Braves win the World Series, you do know what that means, Jared.
Well, he'd get a ring.
Not only would he get a ring, but his presence would have clearly helped him get a ring.
No,
and
I
then
think
his departure,
his exit helped way more than anything else.
Well, way more. That's fine. But even in his exit, even in his absence, he's helped them. You want to know who does that, Jared? Championship caliber people.
No.
Championship caliber players,
Jared. No, you're not championship caliber if you can directly pinpoint you leaving the team to the moment that the team became championship caliber.
No, that's just sometimes it's an addition by subtraction thing.
Yeah, that means he sucks.
It was just his time to move aside and let a younger, more productive player develop. Again, you know who does that? Championship players.
This is did Pablo? I'm pretty sure Pablo had a 3 home run game in the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was the World Series. The 2012 World Series, Game 1, he hit a home run off Justin Verlander twice, and then he took Al Albuquerque deep. So he went 4 for 4 with a single, 3 homers, 3 runs scored, 4 RBI.
Pablito, World Series champion, baseball legend, Pablo Sandoval, Jared.
No. I can't wait for him to run out of money so that he accepts my chat.
I don't know if that's happening. The guy's charging
that'll probably
for private lessons.
He just run out of gas.
Well, we've hit the ALCS. Do we need to talk about where that NLCS is headed?
Yeah, I mean, I want to give Braves fans a reason to take a deep breath. It's too soon. It's too soon after last year to start freaking out about, like, if this had happened 7 years ago, then it's like, oh my God, history's repeating itself. Happened last year. So I think that makes them freak out a little bit more because it's so recent. Maybe you're still gun shy about it. It's not virtually the same rosters, but
we're going a lot of
returning pieces, no doubt, core pieces that are still there. But yeah, I'm not freaking out. I think that if it were the Dodgers and Chris Taylor come out swinging in Game 5 to send the series back to LA, then it's like, oh, fuck, that's not great. You're sending it back to Atlanta where they went 2-0 in the first 2 games of the series. You should feel good. You should look at this and be like, listen, thanks for sending it back to Atlanta so we can clinch at home. It'd be nice to have a Braves team clinch at home. But you got Ian Anderson and Max Scherzer as your matchup in Game 6, which will be Saturday night. You get the off day Friday, and then Game 7. The Braves have not named a starter, but that'll be Walker Buehler for a potential Game 7.
Yes.
So if you're the Dodgers, you feel good about who you got going, no doubt. No doubt. But these are guys that the Braves have beaten.
Sure. This is where what the Braves have done as far as their offense is concerned has to continue to sustain itself. You have to continue to jump early, it feels like, on this team. Because now the Dodgers, they're light. One of their arms that they've leaned on. Joe Kelly.
Correct. Bicep. Done for the year.
And the Dodgers, for better or worse, like when you look at who they don't have, who they aren't able to lean on, And the fact that they're still here, still doing what they're doing. I mean, I understand that the Ronald Acuna loss and the Mike Soroka loss are extremely important. The Marcell Ozuna loss, extremely important to this Braves team. But with what the Dodgers do not have as well in their own right, does it feel like the Braves are, I guess, more comfortable or more familiar with not having their best than the Dodgers are?
Yes. Ian Anderson, you talk about his first inning woes and all that stuff, but I think he got a quick hook because I think, you're trying to, I don't know how to say it. I mean, like, obviously you're trying to win every game, but I feel like you're more aggressively trying to win every game. You're not worrying about the game after to try and set yourself up. I feel like the Braves have kind of just done that. But I think that you can get way more length out of an Ian Anderson. I feel like if his start had come up in game 5 rather than game 6 when you had the 3-1 wiggle room, then I think we see a little bit more length out of him. But I think the last thing that after last year the Braves want to do is have this go to a game 7 after being up 3-1 again. So yeah. I do think that game 6 will be managed like it is a must-win game for the Braves just as much as it is for the Dodgers. Especially because, like, who would you see going in game 7 for Atlanta against Walker Buehler?
I don't know. That's where you think, is it a Max on short rest to start?
No, I think it would have to be like Morton on short rest.
We'll see. Max pitched yesterday.
Right.
Game today.
I think you'd maybe see him for an inning, maybe.
I mean, it could be a piggyback of him and Morton. Morton deployed first, then Max. Because that'd be a bullpen day.
Yeah.
And if it's game 7, here we go. And
yeah,
that's where
the fact that you don't have, like, you're not in a spot like the Dodgers to be like, all right, game 6, Max Scherzer. Game 7, well, that's Walker Buehler. And then the Braves are like, all right, so Ian Anderson and then fucking.
Well, what did I say last time? Huascar Noah, right?
Yeah.
And that's who they were going to fucking start. But then he got scratched right before the start.
Yep.
So if it's a bullpen day, and this is where the idea of matching up or trying to create a lineup of your opposition that kind of plays into your hand. If you go Max, does that get them to go righty heavy? And now you've got Chuck Moe backing it up to eat through those righties. Like, there's a lot to think about.
Yeah. How do you feel, Dallas? Do you think that this series, because you went what? You went Dodgers in 5, which was an idiotic pick by you. Do you stick with your Dodgers to win in 7?
Yeah,
I think them in 5. You feel pretty good about this team.
Yeah, I think I do.
You think the Dodgers again, back-to-back years, fall 3-1 in the series only to come back and win it? That's your pick. Dodgers in 7. Dallas Braden.
I like to think about that. I like it way out there on that limb. I like it way out there on that branch all by myself. That's fine. That's fine. Because I think it'd be easy to lean on and say, yep, you know what? Braves have started to figure shit out. As I mentioned, Freddie Freeman is really starting to snap out of it. That's a guy that they haven't had perform over these first few games in this series. And now that he has, he presents a real problem for the Dodgers to navigate around. I get all of that. Chris Taylor, the Dodgers have guys like that. They've got lineup full of guys like that. And their pitching is set up right now to give them 2 outstanding efforts back to back should they get to a game 7. So, yeah, I still like the Dodgers for the reason that I told you that Houston was the place you didn't want to go back to. I think the mindset of going through what they went through last year is very, very present. It's there, and they don't want it to happen again. And it feels like, as much as this could be the series for the Braves to win, like, is this the Braves series to win right now? Up 3-2, headed back home, tells you absolutely. But with that thought of having shit the bed last year, and now you kind of, your belly's rumbling right now. Got a little bubble gut going on. What was that? Start looking for a bathroom. Now you're fucking scanning. Uh-oh. Right? Beads of sweat. Oh, how you doing? You look okay. You don't look great. Oh, fine. Feel fine. That's what you're telling yourself. But you know what's going on in there.
So I picked the Braves in 6 before the series started.
You did.
And on Saturday, they have the opportunity to win this series in 6 games at home. I like that. I like that. I like where we're at in this series. I don't love that the Braves were up 3-1 and then lost game 5. And I don't love that it's Max Scherzer and Walker Buehler lined up for games 6 and 7. I don't
not
love
a great
that.
Not a great spot to be.
No,
great spot to be. Right?
It's not, but it's not a bad spot to be up 3-2, headed
Correct.
home.
Correct.
You're going home. You just got to win 1. That's it. And you've already beaten Max Scherzer in this series. You've done this. Just do it again. And you get to go to the World Series for the first time since 1999. Hoping to win a World Series for the first time since 1995. The pride of Bill Ricca, Tom Glavine, the World Series MVP.
But the good news for the Dodgers is they don't have Max Scherzer starting this game on the heels of having pitched in a ball game instead of throwing a bullpen.
Shut up, Dallas.
It matters.
We're talking about the NLCS. Yeah, it does matter. It matters that he went out there and got fucked by Laz Diaz. So now he's going to have even more of a fire under his ass in game 6 in Houston.
Sure. Oh, what are we talking about? Are you talking about the ALCS now?
That's what you were talking about.
I was talking about Max Scherzer making this super important 6-game start.
No, I don't think you were.
Yeah.
I don't think you were. So you're going Dodgers in 7. That is, wow. You're predicting that all of the goodwill that you built up by picking the Braves in the division series. Yikes. We're not going to be able to do a live show in Atlanta now.
Listen to you. No, whoa.
All of the goodwill that I've built up in the great city of Atlanta, Georgia, all the work that I put in, now undone by Dallas Braden in the National League Championship Series. Not only did you pick the Dodgers in 5 to start the series, but then you doubled down and picked the Dodgers in 7 after the Braves went up 3-1 in this series. We're not going to be able to show our faces in Atlanta now. All the work that I've done,
I gave some very educated and reasonable reasons why I picked the Dodgers in 5. And this is all coming from a guy who didn't even have the Atlanta Braves here. Think about that. You had the Atlanta Braves participating.
I picked with my heart,
charity golf tournaments. You had the Atlanta Braves.
I picked with my heart,
Cabo.
Not with my brain,
You had the Atlanta Braves already booking their snow trips together. That's what you had the Atlanta Braves doing. Remember, you were riding the backs of the Brew Crew all the way to the ship. That's where you were at. And I tried to walk you back from that. You weren't having it. I was having it. If you go back and listen to that segment, I was in pain. No, hey,
taking against the Braves.
You know what? It did not pain you to take the Brewers, though. Much to the chagrin of our friend
the
Blooper.
Brewers and I love the people in Milwaukee, but the whole thing about the Braves is that was probably the team that I rode the hardest all season long, and to abandon them when they needed me the most in that first round was
unspeakable, and you did it.
Yeah, and then guess what? I came right back. And I admitted, and I was the bigger man, and I admitted that I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, Dallas.
Do you watch?
You're telling me that you've lived a life of no mistakes?
My Twitter bio explains it perfectly.
Yeah, I don't have any regrets. I don't have regrets. No regrets, dude.
Hashtag no regrets. That's right, baby.
Yeah, that's Dallas. That doesn't mean that you didn't make mistakes. Of course, you've made mistakes. Everyone has made mistakes. That was a mistake. I made a mistake, and I admitted that. Something that Dallas again doesn't have the balls to do.
Well, because
the bigger man saying I made a mistake.
I haven't technically made that mistake yet.
You did. You picked Dodgers in 5. We got game 6 tomorrow night.
I am proud that I have an Atlanta Braves team that I can pick against in this series. Because if I was in Jared Carrabis' shoes, I wouldn't even have an Atlanta Braves team to choose against because I had already sent them home. I didn't allow them to participate in October. So from my angle, I'm just glad that I still get to watch the Atlanta Braves play baseball because I enjoy watching that team play baseball.
Yeah. That's why you picked against
them
twice in the same series. You had a chance to walk back your shitty Dodgers in 5 take, and I was like, you know what, Dallas, I'm gonna do you a little solid here. I'm gonna let you pick the Braves. I'm gonna let you pick the Braves, and you're like, you know what? I think they're gonna collapse again. That's what you said. You said that the Atlanta Braves are choke artists and they're gonna collapse. That's what you said. Which is crazy that you would say that after all the Atlanta. Do you think that more Dodger fans listen to Starting Nine or Braves fans? What do you think?
Ooh, I don't know. I feel like there's a strong Braves contingency.
Yeah, there is. Because I feel like they have nowhere else to go. Are there Braves podcasts out there?
I feel like most Dodgers fans probably pick the podcast up at about like 30 minutes in and then turn it off with about 30 minutes left.
That was funny.
You like that?
I got that. Yep.
Yeah, I think the Braves have a strong presence. They do.
Braves do. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
we
used to be huge in Atlanta until this. You know what this is like? This is like when John Lennon said that the Beatles were bigger than Jesus Christ. And then they started, all the religious people started burning Beatles albums. This is that. This is Dallas Braden saying, not only did I pick the Dodgers in 5 to start the series, but now that they're up 3-2 going home, I'm going to say that they choke it anyway. Now people in Atlanta are burning Starting Nine merch.
All I've said is that I really like the Dodgers' chance with a Max Scherzer on the mound. And that just puts a bow on my whole conversation I've had today about how Framber Valdez and outstanding pitching can silence great hitting. And if you're telling me that you're running Max Scherzer out in a postseason game and you don't like his team's odds of winning that ball game, well, I'm telling you that I disagree with you. I'm not picking against the Braves. I'm picking Max Scherzer.
Picked against the Braves twice.
That's something you couldn't bring yourself to do last
so
series.
I picked Braves in 6, which is still on the table. You picked Sox in 7, which is still on the table.
Yes.
And you're gonna go back on that pick?
No, I'm not going back on it. See, that's the thing. I'm not going back on it. I just tell you.
Are you sticking? All right. Are you sticking with Sox in 7?
I have to. I'm not a flounderer. One game.
Right, so I'm just saying, like, Dallas, if you're gonna stick with this pick, you know what you need to do.
What?
You need to throw a tweet out there right now that says Sox in 7. That's your pick.
That has been my pick.
All right, so just throw a tweet out there right now. That's all it says is Sox in 7. That's it.
If I tweet that out, you have to retweet it.
I think the retweet ratio this postseason is like 19-0 me.
What do you mean?
I retweet you all the fucking time.
What? That's an absolute goddamn lie.
Your Freddie Freeman video, I retweeted that.
Well, so that's one. Where are the other 18 examples?
What was the other fucking one that I retweeted?
Yeah, no.
There is something else that I retweet. I'll fucking look at your timeline right now.
No.
You tweeted like a fucking. Let me see. I'll find it right now.
Let me see. I'll find it right now.
You fucking.
All right. So Suction 7. Got it. Here we go.
Sucks. Yeah, I won't retweet it unless you spell it correctly.
Well, how else would I spell it? That's how you spell Red Sox. S-O-X. Right?
With an O.
Red Sox.
I'm looking for the other thing that I retweeted because I know I did.
Yeah, don't wait. I don't know if you got the fucking bandwidth or the battery power. It ain't there, bud.
Oh, the Ray Fosse tweet. That's what it was.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. So we've got 2.
Still 2-0.
We've got 2.
Yeah. Still 2-0. Everyone was feeling.
What am I going to retweet? You slandering all these fucking players.
I don't slander players. What fucking players am I slandering? Who have I slandered?
I don't know. It feels like you got some pointed slanderization.
Against who?
I don't know. Maybe.
Who?
I mean,
who have I slandered?
There's Carlos Correa. You've slandered Carlos.
That's not saying I didn't. If you were to slander him, I just said he's an asshole and that I hate him. That's not slander. That's my opinion.
Fair.
Yeah. I don't think
well, when those are some of the tweets that are getting fired off, I can't. I mean, not that I can't, but I'm going to let you fight that fight. But if it
against
comes to
who?
groups,
Against who?
just anybody that's look. You fire that off, and I retweet that. It's like, oh, now Dallas is in on this. What's Dallas got to get? Look.
What do you mean? What's Dallas got against the Astros? I feel like Dallas has probably more against the Astros than I do. You're the one that gets beat by them. We don't really.
Clip that off. Clip that off. Oh, fuck, Jared. I'm going to give you an opportunity right now to just do this. Just go like this. Delete. And I'm going to act like the baseball gods didn't hear you say that.
I'm referring to 2018. I'm referring to your division losses every year. And the last time that we played Houston was 2018. We fucking wiped the floor with them. We should have swept this series.
All right. You ready for this? Comes the tweet.
Okay. I mean, if you spell it wrong, I'm not retweeting it.
I spelled it correctly. Okay. SOX. Red Sox in 7.
Yep.
I'm just typing the Sox though. I'm not writing red.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's all I said.
Done.
Tweeted it.
Done. Tweeted.
Done. Sox in 7, baby.
I told you. I want to believe that the magic is there. Before the division series started? Who did I plant my flag on? Xander Bogaerts. Xander. That's going to be the guy.
Xander. He's woken up a little bit. He hit the home run in game 4. That made it 2-1, where it stayed for the entire game until Laz Diaz fucking ruined the baseball game.
There's just no counting either one of these lineups out.
No.
The scary part that I've continued to talk about is one of these lineups has a little extra behind it playing at home. And as much
you
as
think the Astros are cheating is what you're saying.
Oh, not at all.
That sounds like what you were saying, though.
Nope. That's back to that whole. What happens? What happens if, and maybe this is a question you might ask some of those guys, some of those pitchers. Well, be honest with you, because I've had this conversation with guys, and I know the answers that I get, which is, for better or worse, what helps me formulate that opinion. What are you thinking? You give up 3 knocks in a row. late in a ball game, you start to give up some damage. Like, is there any thought at any point in time where they start to spit on pitches and you start thinking about that? And I believe that has an impact. I believe that lives in the brain, especially during this time. And that's one of those things that, like, you're not going to be able to do anything about. And as dirty as it feels, that's an advantage for the Astros. But like I told you, that goes completely away the minute that Altuve and Correa are gone.
Does it though?
Well, I was going to say this, and it would even go away if one of them leaves. But if one of them's there, you're always going to feel like, well, he could be telling these other guys that's always just going to be a thing. Always. And that's why it sucks, from a former player, knowing what it takes to play this game. The last thing you ever want to do is put yourself in a spot where what you're going to do from here on out is going to have no credibility to it. And there's not going to be any integrity behind it. That sucks, because all you're playing this game for, one, is a world championship, and two, for the love and respect of your teammates in the game and your competitors. And when all of that has a cloud over it, that's brutal. That is brutal. So that goes away when your quote unquote suspects are no longer there, because then it feels like the whole system is now moved on, has been broken up, and blah, 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 blah. But just like you walk back in, it's like walking back into the scene of the crime, It's just not a great feeling. But no, like, in no way am I implying that there's any nefarious activity. That's not what I'm saying at all, dick.
That's not what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying at all. But I did find it interesting that there was some rumblings like, hey, Jared, you tell me what's going on out there in center field at Fenway? Huh? A little lighting issue out there in center field? Huh?
It's almost like some people that report on baseball have never been to Fenway Park before.
I sort of, like, what I had in my mind was the dude whipping out the lawn chair, putting his glasses on, me fucking, all right, I'm here for this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
that was bad.
Come on.
Bad.
Come on.
Don't knock on this door.
Come on.
Yeah. That was ill-advised. I think there's like a Houston news station that like came out and said, like, yeah, that was our camera. Like, we were inside the bleacher bar interviewing.
We were interviewing players. We were interviewing fans in the bar, and it's dark in there. We needed a light.
Yeah.
Oh,
not only that, but Alex Cora was the one that pointed it out.
Well,
you think if the Red Sox were cheating, that Alex Cora would be like, yo, we're fucking cheating right now. You guys want to check that out?
Well, just all of it. Like, if you just take 2 seconds and step back and think about the teams involved, the individuals involved, like, that's probably not what's going on, man.
No,
probably not it. Especially if the dude who's quote unquote blowing the whistle or like calling time is like, hey, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know.
Like, the Red Sox were up. It's not like
right.
He wasn't saying, hey, the Red Sox are cheating by getting the signs. Alex Cora saying, hey, this light is distracting my hitters.
Yep.
Stop.
So I thought that was fun.
Yeah. Well,
so I've got Sox in 7. You've got Sox in 6. You've got Sox winning it. It's done tonight.
It's done tonight. Yeah, I think the Sox win tonight, and Houston says, you know what? Take it. They just fold, and Sox in 6 holds up.
It's Sox in 7. What do you think happens? How does this game play out? Who gets the big knock? And I'd also like to, I'd like to just give myself some more credit when we talked about what needed to happen. coming through the NLDS to get into the AL or the ALDS to get into the ALCS. You needed to have turnover at the bottom of the lineup. Vasky,
He's got it done.
just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, he's got it done. Yeah,
Like what would be an ideal, like instead of predicting, I guess, let me make it a little easier because that's tough. What would be an ideal scenario from Eovaldi tonight? How many outs? 12? 15?
16? Something like that. Come get him. Maybe there's a.
Does that change? When does that change? 2-run lead or 3-run lead? Or for the other team? When does Eovaldi get yanked? If he gives up 2 or if he gives up 3?
I think if you get 5 out of him, 3 runs, whatever, I would say 2 runs. And then he allows a base runner in the 6th. He's out. But you're kind of hoping that you can swap him for like a Josh Taylor, Yordan Alvarez matchup, or like a Kyle Tucker matchup, something like that. But yeah, I think if there's one guy that you don't rush to get out of there in the Red Sox rotation, it's going to be Nate.
It's got to be him, right? It's got to be him.
Yep.
Yeah, I almost look at it like fuck the pitch count. This is how many outs we've got you penciled for. Let's figure out how we're going to get there.
Mm-hmm. How many outs do you think?
I've got him between 12 and 15. I would love to see. I would. I mean, and the only reason I say that is going back to that bullpen thing. Him coming into the game. But I want to believe that this is something that this dude is built for, is geared for. Because I've heard him say the things that I look for or that I listen for. That's why I ask the question I do when we interview the coaches that we do for the official visit. I just leave it blank. My Friday night guy, blank. I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear if they even understand what I'm asking. Right? Or can you repeat the question? What does that mean? No, if I say that and you've got an answer teed up, we're on the same page. And it feels like Nate, he's got a fucking answer for that.
This tweet's doing numbies, Dallas.
What tweet? What'd you tweet?
Your tweet about the Red Sox.
Oh. Is it? Hold on.
People are excited.
Freddie does not agree.
No way.
Yeah, Freddie does not agree. Oh, hang with him, Frederick. All right. Final thoughts, Carrabis? What else we got? We got anything else?
No, I don't think I do. I'm just trying to get through today. Just trying to stay positive, Dallas. Just trying to stay positive.
Have you trimmed the beard lately? Are you rolling like is this a playoff push, no beard trimming type situation?
I've kept everything status quo. Every Saturday, get my hair cut, fade up the sides, trim the beard.
So you're going to trim the beard tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow is a trim day.
Tomorrow's a trim day.
Do you do that, or does old Bob down at Bob's Decent Cuts take care of you?
His name's Johnny, and
okay.
Yeah, he does it. Yep.
Johnny does good. Does he use the old lawnmower on you?
Yeah, he
does he?
Yeah,
that's a full service barbershop.
Yeah, he'll be like, all right, step in here. He'll start from the top and work his way to the bottom. He'll go eyebrows. He'll fade up the sides. Yeah, what's that chest situation? Then he'll just keep on going right down to the balls.
That right there, that is service. I mean, you've got to feel like a NASCAR driver walking into that place.
Yeah.
You walk in there coming around turn 4, a little haggard. Next thing you know, Johnny plops them cheeks down in the chair, gives you a couple pumps up top, and he's fucking going to town. It's Manscaped season, ladies and gentlemen. More accurately, gentlemen here. Ladies too, please, by all means. If you've got a hedge that needs to get knocked down, do yourself a favor. Get yourself a lawnmower.
Holidays are coming up too.
Well, holidays are upon us. What we're trying to avoid here, gentlemen, is looking like you got a blowy in the bathroom from Freddy Krueger. We do not need to look down at the nether region and have it look like a fucking murder scene. We're trying to avoid that. You don't want your piece looking like Michael Myers finally caught up to it. All right? So do yourself a favor. Trim up that Halloween satchel of candy. How? Manscaped. They've got everything you need. They got the perfect package for you to get this done. The below-the-waist grooming leaders have a 4th generation. It's like Halloween 79, right? Lawnmower, 4th generation performance package. Inside, you will get the Lawnmower 4.0, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, liquid formulations, and 2 free gifts. Spooky season is here, and Manscaped is getting you set and ready, starting with that lawnmower that we just talked about. Do you understand what kind of technology this thing is working with, Carrabis? Not going to trim and nick those twig and berries, bud. Nay. You're going to be just fine. Your scarecrow not getting a haircut today. Well, actually, it is going to get a haircut. Not going to bleed, though. That's the best part. That's the best. Advanced skin-safe technology features a cutting-edge ceramic blade that reduces those accidents. Not going to happen. Not going to bleed out. Just trying to give yourself a little polish. Manscaped's liquid formulations. First, it's the crop preserver. Ball deodorant. That's right. You know how balls get rubbed up and then just kind of left in the box for a while? Well, you want your balls to be game ready? You hit them with the crop preserver, and that's like getting the best rub job a ball could ever get. That's what we call a pearl, folks. Ball deodorant, crop preserver. You put deodorant under your armpits, don't you? Why not put it on your satchel? Forget about the crop reviver. Please don't. It's the ball reviver to give the boys a boost. So right now, you're going to get 20% off, free shipping with the code STARTING. Where? At manscaped.com. 20% off and free shipping with the code STARTING at manscaped.com. Again, 20% off, shipping at manscaped.com. Use code STARTING. Stiff arm your pubes out of the playoffs this year and hit a homer with Manscaped.
I've got a final thought, Dallas.
Give it to me immediately.
If the Braves close this thing out, would you want to go to Atlanta with me?
For the World Series?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
With or without the Red Sox?
I could do that.
I just want to go. I just want to go to Atlanta.
I could do that.
I don't know how we're going to get tickets, but
I could do that. I would do that.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm buying a belt buckle.
Ooh. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
I actually met a gentleman at game 4 or 5 at the ALCS who makes custom belt buckles, and he was like showing me pictures in his phone of him handing a brand new custom belt buckle to David Ortiz. And he was like, yeah, like, do you want a custom belt buckle? And I was like, fuck yeah, I do. Like, I don't know what you're going to put on it, but like, yeah. Yeah, I want one.
Tell them Rockets only, baby.
Yeah. I would love a custom belt buckle. But if you're down, that is a ballpark. You've never been to the new one, have you?
No. Nope. Never been.
I've only been outside.
I was actually going to go out there for the opening of the baseballism facility. They've got a baseballism store in-house.
Okay.
And I was going to go out there for the opening of that, but shit didn't work out.
Yeah. So that's the plan. We'll figure it out somehow. We'll get there. But I would love to go to Atlanta for a World Series game.
I would love to go to Atlanta where the players play, where they ride on them things like every day.
Mm-hmm. Big
I would love
beats.
it.
I feel like you're gonna have to beg for forgiveness when we go there, though. But
I don't think that's the case, because I didn't want to reveal this. I didn't want to tip my hand to the strategy behind my selection here. But I did myself a favor that you couldn't really do now, because I had the Braves winning the division series, which they did. And that then allowed me to shift gears and pick what I believe, and what I think a lot of people would agree with, is a team that might stand a better chance to win this series. Should that not be the case, and the Braves, the team of 88 regular season wins, but a thirst to get deeper into the postseason, actually eclipse the Dodgers, that means I'm set up perfectly to plant my flag right back on the wagon of the Atlanta Braves and ride to glory with those fans. Should they have me back, because they understand this was a business decision, not a decision made from the heart, like the one that Jared Carrabis made when he told you that you were not going any farther past the division series. I didn't say that, he did. I wanted you guys here. You are here, and I can't wait.
That was the worst pick I've ever made. The entire time that I was mulling through it, I was like, don't love it. Don't love this pick.
So, but you know what? You made it, and you've lived with it, and that's good, and that's fine. That's all you can do, and that's all I can do, and all we can do is hope that the Braves find their way to the next round.
Yep. And if and when they do, we'll be there.
I'll just say when they do.
Don't say that.
Game 6 tonight. Game 6 tomorrow.
Sox in 6, baby.
We go.